Audio test 1, 2, 3. Facilitator mic check. 1, 2, 3. Podium mic check 1, 2, 3. Podium mic. Podium camera. Yes, all right. Audio test, 1, 2, 3. Good morning to our attendees, city staff, members of the public. She is, I don't know. Sorry. Good morning to our attendees who are joining us here in the Board of Public Works hearing room. If there are any members of the public who wish to offer public comment or commentary on any of our items, please fill out a speaker card located in the back of the room. Indicate which item you'd like to speak on. Hand it to me. I'll record your information for the record, and we'll call upon you when we reach your item. Good morning as well to our attendees who are joining us on the virtual platform. I see a number of hands raised. If you would like to offer commentary, please raise your hand, identify yourself for the record and which item you'd like to speak on. I will ask you to unmute, and you can indicate which item you'd like to speak on. I'll record that information, then we'll call upon you when we reach your item. And we'll go ahead and start with Sandra. Good morning.
Morning, TJ. Public comment, please. General public comment.
Thank you, Sandra. I have you down for public comment.
Thank you.
Go ahead and put you back on mute and lower your hand. Georgina.
Hi, TJ, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I'd like to have public comment and all agenda items, please.
Thank you. I have you down for public comment and all items. I'm going to go ahead and put you back.
Thank you.
Thank you, Georgina. And move next to Yvonne. Good morning.
Hi, all general public comment and all items, please.
Thank you, Yvonne. I have you down for public comment and all items. I'm going to go ahead and lower your hand and put you back on mute. Gigi, good morning.
Good morning, TJ. I just want general today.
Very well. I have you down for public comment. Thank you, Gigi. I'm going to go ahead and put you back on mute and lower your hand. Children's voices matter.
Yes, hello, Mr. Knight. I would like public comment, please.
Thank you. Children's Voices Matter, I have you down for public comment. I'm going to go ahead and put you back on mute and lower your hand. If there's any other members of the public who wish to offer commentary on any of our agendized items or public comment, please raise your hand, identify yourself for the record, which item you'd like to speak on, and I'll record that information. I currently have Sandra, Georgina, Yvonne, Gigi, and Children's Voices Matter who have indicated that they wish to offer commentary. And in the room, I have Audit LA. And the time is 9:57. We should get started with the board meeting in just a couple minutes. Thank you. And good morning once again. I do see an additional hand raised on the virtual platform. I'm going to go ahead and ask Henri to unmute and ask which item you'd like to speak on.
Good morning, TJ. Can you hear me?
Good morning, Henri. I didn't catch that. Do you wish to offer public comment, agenda item comment, or both?
Just mark me down for general public comment today only. Thank you.
Thank you. And Miriam, good morning.
Good morning.
Would you like to offer public comment this morning?
Yes, please. Just a public comment.
Very well. I have you down for public comment, Miriam. I'm going to go ahead and put you back on mute and lower your hand. President King, we are now in record mode and ready to begin.
Good morning and welcome to the regularly scheduled meeting of the Board of Public Works for Wednesday, December 10, 2025. Mr. Knight, please take roll and establish quorum.
Yes, thank you, President King. Good morning, President King, President Pro Tem Grant, Commissioner Mitchell, and Commissioner Cardenas are present. We do have a quorum. We're joined this morning by City Attorney Representative Virginia Choi. I'm TJ Knight with the Board of Public Works. Vice President Chavez is running a little late. I'll make an announcement when she joins. President King, we have one public commenter and multiple agenda item commenter here joining us in the room, and we have 7 public commenters and 2 multiple agenda item commenters on the virtual platform. We've received no neighborhood council commentary this morning.
Thank you very much. We will get started with general public comment, which is an opportunity for the public to address the board on public interest items and will be provided up to 1 minute per person, up to a cumulative of 10 minutes for the general public comment segment of each regular meeting. Testimony shall be limited to subject matters which are within the jurisdiction of the Board of Public Works. The board may not take any action on any matters discussed during the public comment period. We will get started with Audit LA, who is in person today.
Good morning, everyone. I want to start off with the Shrine is going to have, I believe, hopefully you don't approve their permit because I think we've presented so much evidence as to why they should not be approved. But if you do approve it, mind you, this is where Laura FM ran into her father and they illegally told her she could not go on the sidewalk to say hi to her own father because that's what Scientology wanted, and LAPD complied. And so we're asking for you not to approve it, but if you do, to please mandate that they must abide by all the permit rules, which includes keeping pedestrians ways open and to abide by all the things of the permit. And I'm also asking for a CPRA request. If I can please get a copy of, if you do approve it, of the copy so I can have it in hand, because a lot of the problems is the police, are there and they don't have, because Scientology does not give them the permit, they only show parts. And I'd like to be able to have the whole permit if I could, please,
Thank you.
before then.
Thank you very much. Let's transition to our virtual platform.
Thank you, President Kane. We'll go ahead and start with Sandra, followed by Georgina. Sandra, go ahead. You have 60 seconds.
Thank you, TJ. Firstly, wishing you all through the Christmas and holiday season the best to you and your families. Revoke the R permit for Scientology and L. Ron Hubbard Way. No street should be named after an unindicted co-conspirator in the largest infiltration of the U.S. government in history, especially when inside that building, on the street, children are being sexually abused and immigrants on religious visas are having their documents withheld to prevent their escape. No slave labor should be working on LA streets, let alone exist in California or America. A young woman, a former Scientologist, recently did an interview outlining how, as a small child, an adult male faked performing oral sex on her over and over and over until she no longer reacted to him. That is Scientology. Revoke the R1 permit. Do not allow them a permit for the Shrine Auditorium. Thank you, and I yield back my time.
And we'll move next to Georgina, followed by Yvonne.
Hi, thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
I'm also calling in about LRH Way. Why do we have a street named after a religious leader? Our founding fathers came to America to escape religious persecution, not just for religious freedom. That is why they very definitively put into place separation of church and state. I did a little research. We do not have a Jesus Christ Way or a Reverend Sun Young Moon Way. And why is that? Why do we have an L. Ron Hubbard Way? Our First Amendment of our Constitution clearly defines the people's right to be free of religious oppression, and yet this city has a public street named after a cult leader and is allowing this street to be stolen by a cult. In Davis versus County of LA, United States District Judge, the Honorable Christina A. Snyder, ruled in favor of Davies, further strengthening the right of separation of church and state. More of that to come, and consider this a Christmas gift by me giving you a forewarning.
Thank you, Georgina. That's 60 seconds. Yvonne, followed by Gigi.
Thank you. Permit 2025, 2013, 2025 for the address of 665 Jefferson, which is also identified as a New Year's celebration on December 13th, is the one mentioned by audit, and this permit was approved and moved to the active list by 6:30 this morning. It should be revoked because the Department of Transportation will not be able to fulfill its duties in providing marking of the streets and or posting on the streets and sidewalks any potential future closures for that event. If one thing is missing, the entire permit should be revoked and the event should not happen. That's according to the municipal code.
Thank you, Yvonne.
41.
60 seconds. We will move next to Gigi, followed by Children's Voices Matter.
Okay, so today I ask again, why are you guys allowing permits for any entity when they do not follow the terms of the permits? When there's not a single permit that they have followed, why are you giving any entity a permit? This isn't just about Scientology. This is about how you guys run things. Why are you guys issuing stuff and giving different entities special treatment? Things should be, equal across the board. if they're allowed to get away with breaking the permit rules, what's stopping, John Smith from getting a permit and just breaking all the rules? What's stopping them is that you guys won't give them a permit because you're showing favoritism to Scientology. Stop showing favoritism to any entity, especially Scientology. Thank you. I yield my time.
And we'll move next to Children's Voices Matter, followed by Henri.
Greetings, all. Hashtag Scientology Kids Matter. Scientology kids matter. Scientology kids matter. Thank you. I yield back my time.
We'll move next to Henri, followed by Miriam.
I'm happy to report in front of this board that I successfully sued the Riverside County Sheriff's Department for hiding records pertaining to the death under Scientology's watch, the daughter of infamous Scientology lawyer Kendrick Moxon. For the first time in over 25 years, those police records have now been made public thanks to this successful lawsuit against the county. I am willing to go to bat and sue the city for the same vindictive process of issuing Scientology permits and violating our First Amendment rights. This serves as a partial notice and tell the Bureau of Street Services to fulfill my damn CPRA for who shut down the special events website, deleting information on the special events public permits. The public has a right to know. I will come after the city for it. Do not take this lightly, City of LA. You will see legal repercussion as a result. And this is a partial notice. And I just wanted to put it out there that this is not just simple babble.
That's 60
We will
seconds. Thank you. We'll move next to Miriam.
Thank you. I want to talk about the permits also, because it's been nearly 2 years now we have been talking about this topic. There has been several opportunities to extend the supervision and go and check the places where the permits are given, if they are following any rules. And yes, we're talking about the cult of Scientology, needless to say that, I suppose. Do not give them the permit for the Shrine Auditorium. They will block the sidewalk. They will not just stop First Amendment protesting, they will also stop students accessing their homes nearby. Please do something about this before there needs to be taken legal action against the Bureau of Street Services. Thank you and have a nice Christmas.
President King, that concludes the public commenters who previously indicated that they wish to offer a public comment. However, I do see an additional hand raised on the virtual platform. If you'd like, I can ask if they would like to offer public comment. Laura FM, I see your hand is raised. Would you like to offer public comment this morning?
Yes, please, TJ, thanks.
Go ahead. You have 60 seconds.
Okay, so President King, this is between me and you. How about you come with me to the Shrine Auditorium, even if you guys give them the permit or not? You come with me and you see what happens. You come with me, President King, and you go to the Christmas parade. You come with me to the Winter Wonderland setup, and you're going to realize everything is run by Scientology's money. Author Services is the #1 sponsor in the Christmas Winter Wonderland parade. Where do you think that money is? That's Scientology money. Author Services is the equivalent of RTC, which is the top executives of Scientology. Author Services Incorporated and Galaxy Press are the PR money-making organizations in Scientology, in the Sea Org. They all make $47 a week. So this billionaire Author Service Incorporated company is paying for, Scientology's money is paying for you guys to keep giving them permits, to keep allowing them to have the Christmas parade. So come with me, President King.
60 seconds. And that concludes general public comment this morning. President King, for the record, we are joined by Vice President Chavez at 10:03 a.m.
Thank you very much. With that, we will close the general public comment portion of today's meeting and move on to multiple agenda item public comment. The board will provide an opportunity for members of the public wishing to speak on more than one agenda item during multiple agenda item comment period for up to 1 minute per item, up to a total of 3 minutes per meeting. This is the only time to speak on more than one agenda item, and please identify the items that you will speak on when you are called. We will start with Audit LA.
Good morning again. I want to start with the minutes. I can imagine your jobs are tough. Like, I know you probably are like, oh man, I wish the minutes could reflect that everything's been resolved and these people can get on with their lives. I would also like the minutes to reflect that, asking ourselves, why does this group, bunch of people come, even though they're being fair gamed, has investigators sent after them, vicious lies being sent to ruin their reputations, every kind of thing imaginable, fear tactics, planning your funeral calls, all kinds of stuff. But yet they still come and they're asking for a record of what they're talking about, because right now it just goes into a void. And so I would love that reflected. And I know it's probably harder on you. I know you guys are probably, you have to be sick of us by now. But we're tired too of the frustration that we understand this entity and what they do and the abuses. Like, you don't really fully understand the abuses that they put. It's inherently abusive to children and just other things. And so, I know I didn't get in the middle of that. So I'll go to the neighborhood council part. That's the other thing. What part of the thing that they have to do when you give permits is you have to notify the neighborhood councils. But they aren't doing that, okay? With the Scientology, they've been applying for everything so late, and there's no time and it's not fair to the NCs to not be able to weigh in, because maybe East Hollywood Neighborhood Council is sick and tired of this stuff too. Their neighbors, it's not just us complaining, the neighbors complain, they just don't come to the meetings maybe, but they are complaining behind the scenes. But the NCs can never weigh in because it's never sent to them, and it's never in enough time. And I would, and Laura's invitations is sincere. Like, we would love for you to come and see the abuses, and really, like, the endless amount of lawsuits that, I could sue every permit, because they violate my right to be able to go along the passageway. And I could do that. And is that, do I need to do that to get Scientology? They feel they can do whatever they want. And I know it's not you. I know you guys you guys serve at the behest of the mayor. I get that. And so if the mayor's not on board with what we're asking for, you're in a pickle. You're stuck between a rock and a hard place. Okay? And so I get that as well. But we are passionate, even at our own personal disadvantage of what we're being put through, because this stuff matters. And when it comes to the bids, I just want to remind you to make sure there's no human trafficking or labor trafficking involved. Thank you. And Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
Thank you very much. We will transition to our virtual platform.
Thank you, President Kang. We have Georgina, followed by Yvonne. Georgina, if you'd please identify which item you're speaking on.
I'm going to start on the minutes and then move to neighborhood council comments.
Go ahead, you have 2 minutes.
Thank you. Back to the separation of church and state. Our minutes need to reflect the fact that I am bringing this up, that under Lemon's second prong, a government act has the primary effect of advancing or disapproving of religion if it is sufficiently likely to be perceived by adherents of the controlling denominations as an endorsement, and by the non-adherents as an approval of their individual religious choices. Our separation of church and state needs to be reflected in the minutes that I am giving you forewarning that I'm pursuing this. Under Lemon's test, third prong, a governmental action must not foster an excessive government entanglement with religion. The Supreme Court has defined this as those acts that send the stigmatic message to non-adherents that they are outsiders and not full members of the community, and an accompanying message to adherents that they are favored members. The neighborhood councils are being given this message that they are not favored members. And we have a valid claim under the First Amendment's Establishment Clause and Federal Religious Land Use and Uninstitutionalized Persons Act. And we will be seeking further actions by contacting the Department of Justice, the ACLU, Americans United, Freedom from Religion Foundation, and Education Law Center. Merry Christmas. I wanted to give you notice of our intent to file a claim for damages. Thank you, and I yield back my time.
And we'll move next to Yvonne, followed by, actually Yvonne, followed by Laura FM, if you'd like to make agenda item commentary. Go ahead, Yvonne.
Thank you. I think the speakers regarding the minutes have done adequate job, other than there needs to be a record on the minutes that specific recommendations were made for agenda items. Those agenda items should hopefully find their way on an agenda, and that has not happened. And that there is a training package that addresses the issues brought to you by the public. And in this specific case, the processes and the codes and the policies and procedures related to permits throughout all of the departments and affiliated departments. These things aren't being done, and these things are within the purview of this board and should be reflected in the minutes that you're just not doing it. And that's a decision. A not decision is a decision and should be recorded in your minutes. Number 1 through, 13, the lighting. I would hope that you are looking at alternative lighting methods that put a solar charging LED set of lights way up on top of the poles instead of continuing to run electrical wires that, copper wires that will be stolen and need replacement and repair continuously. For goodness sakes, there's better technology out there. In your bidding process for these services, the LA ramp is not available for general public purview, so your detail as to what services are being done where would be assistance to the people that are actually reading your agendas and the packets. And finally, the pay your bills, staffing, absolutely. It not only will help the people you owe money to, but it will save the city, or should save the money that the city is paying in late fees for all your vendors. Thank you.
And thank you. I do see an additional hand raised. I can ask if Laura FM would like to offer multiple agenda item commentary or single item commentary. Sorry, I accidentally muted you.
Hi, thanks, TJ. Just on the minutes, please.
Go ahead, you have 60 seconds.
Thank you. So President King and everybody, we really wish that you guys do something or respond to us, whether it's the minutes, whatever it is, do something that you hear what we're saying, and that if you have no control over it, please let us know, and we'll go address this to the next person who will fix it. Otherwise, you're going to be a part of the lawsuit. This isn't a fucking joke. This is serious. I'm getting attacked on a daily basis, and you're giving permits to the Shrine Auditorium for Scientology so that I can be restricted from giving my father a hug, from talking to my father and perhaps having some kind of conversation. This needs to be reflected in the minutes. Something needs to happen. Put the revocation for L. Ron Hubbard, put that on the board. Let's say, hey, should we bring this up? Can you do that? Can you do that? Can you show us back to the public something that you guys are actually doing after 2 years of us fucking suffering through this? Please get back to us. Show something. Reflect it on the minutes.
Thank you. That's 60 seconds. And that concludes agenda item commentary this morning, President Kane.
Thank you very much. With that, we will close the multiple item public comment portion of today's meeting and move forward with the approval of minutes for Monday, December 1, 2025. Commissioners, any questions or comments? Seeing none, is there a first and a second?
So move. Second.
First by President Pro Tem Grant, seconded by Commissioner Cardenas.
Thank you, President Kane. We'll take a roll call vote on approval of minutes, starting with you, President Kane.
Aye.
Vice President Chavez.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner Mitchell. And Commissioner Cardenas.
Aye.
All ayes, and this item is approved unanimous.
Thank you very much. Move forward with agenda item number 1, which is a bid, Central Business District Sewer Rehabilitation Unit, 11B, Alameda to 6th Street.
President King, we do have a request. Well, the Bureau of Engineering presented this request to your board on Monday, December 8th, to continue the receipt of this bid to December 17th, which this board approved. So we're continuing this item to the 17th.
Thank you for that note. So this will be continued. Before we get into assessments, I did want to move to our motion item number 14, AFE. If you want to come up.
Sorry. Good morning, Commissioners, Bureau Reps, joining us virtually, City Attorney Executive Officer. My name is Sherry Kuroki. I'm with LA Sanitation and Environment. I'm requesting the board's approval of an authority for expenditure with Protiviti Government Services for temporary staffing resources. This is for a term of 6 months and for a total cost of $211,200.
My apologies on the interruption.
Okay.
For everybody in the audience, there is an event that's happening right after board. So if people arrive early, you feel free to get situated while the board meeting is ongoing. So we're going to be moving with item number 14. So my apologies.
That's okay. I'll be brief. So we're requesting 6 temporary staff, 4 full-time staff, made up of 3 accounting clerks and 1 administrative clerk and 2 part-time accounting clerks. We're requesting these temporary staffing resources to help LA Sanitation reduce an existing invoice backlog. We receive over 16,000 invoices and related procurement documents on an annual basis, with one of our actually contractors submitting over 8,000 invoices annually. Due to the existing staff shortages that we experienced from the recently terminated prioritized hiring freeze, we fell behind in processing the invoices within the city's 30-day payment policy. So we're requesting these temporary staffing so that we can get caught up and pay our vendors on a more timely basis, and so that we can continue with services uninterrupted. That's it. Any questions?
Thank you very much. Commissioners, any questions or comments? Seeing none, is there a first and a second?
So move. Second.
First by President Pro Tem Grant, seconded by Commissioner Cardenas.
Great. Thank you very much.
Okay, we'll go ahead and take a roll call vote on approval of item 14, starting with you, President King.
Aye.
Vice President Chavez.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner Mitchell. And Commissioner Cardenas.
Aye.
All ayes, and item 14 is approved, and we'll move forward forthwith.
Thank you very much. Moving to our assessment hearing, we'll take all of it together from item number 2 to 13.
Good morning, Ruben Flamenco, representing the Bureau of Street Lighting. I'm here to discuss today's assessment hearings, notably item 2, Messniger Street and Spring Street, item 3, Gaffey Street and Westmont Drive, item 4, Harriet Street and 25th Street, item 5, Normandy Avenue and Romaine Street, item 6, Van Nuys Boulevard and Titus Street, item 7, Lichty and Esperanza Schools, item 8, Topeka Drive and Ringling Street, item 9, Sunset Boulevard and Carrollwood Drive, item 10, Chandler Boulevard and Calhoun Avenue, item 11, Andrita Street and Estera Avenue number 1, item 12, Vermont Avenue and 43rd Street. Items 2 and 5 pertain to lighting districts which we are creating in conjunction with the city's Affordable Housing and Sustainability Communities Program. Item 7 pertains to a lighting district which we are creating in conjunction with a Los Angeles Unified School District Safety Improvement Program. Items 3, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 pertain to lighting districts which we are creating in conjunction with private development projects. Ballots for items 2 to 12 were mailed on October 8th, 2025. Ballots for items 2 to 12 must be received by the city clerk's office by Friday, December 12th. We have not received any objections to date on items 2 to 12. We are requesting for the board to adopt and forward items 2 through 12 forthwith to City Council.
Thank you very much. Commissioners, any questions or comments on the assessments? All right, seeing none, is there a first and a second? We'll take items 2 through 13 together.
So moved.
Second.
First by Commissioner Cardenas, seconded by Vice President Chavez. Oh, 2 through 12. Thank you for that correction. 2 through 12.
Thank you, Commissioner Mitchell. Thank you, President Kang. We'll take a roll call vote on approval of items 2 through 12, and the first is by Commissioner Cardenas, second by Vice President Chavez, and the roll call vote is starting with President Kang.
Aye.
Vice President Chavez.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner Mitchell and Commissioner Cardenas.
Aye.
All ayes, and these items are approved with no protests and moving forward to council confirmation forthwith.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Moving to our final item, which is on consent, item number 13 for Council District 346, advertised for the invitation of bids for the Los Angeles Riverway West San Fernando Valley completion project, Vanadon Avenue to Balboa Boulevard. I'll move. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by President Pro Tem Grant.
Thank you, President Kang. We'll take a roll call vote on approval of item 13, starting with you, President Kang.
Aye.
Vice President Chavez.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner Mitchell and Commissioner Cardenas.
Aye.
All ayes. Item 13 is adopted and we'll move forward forthwith.
Thank you very much. Mr. Knight, I believe that concludes our items for today.
It does, President Kang.
Thank you very much. Our next meeting will be on Friday, December 12th, 2025 in Van Nuys City Hall. The meeting is adjourned at 10:28 a.m.